Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here, and we have such a treat for everybody here today because I'm so excited to catch up with my great friend, of course. You've seen him all around North America this spring, every single week with Wendell. Brice and Wen presents The Tour Rolls On, and of course, from the Purple Pants podcast, give it up for the baby boy, Brice Izyah.
Man.
Yes.
Hey. You are free. I'm a freak.
Get freaky.
All
You
week.
get freaky every week now.
Every week, new city, new faces. Yes, it's getting freaky all week. It's a lot, Robert. But
Yes.
Robert, how are you?
How are you doing?
I am good. I am loving this season. And so that adds to the fun of traveling around the country with my dearest friend, Wendeezy. But
Yeah.
I'm good. The weather is amazing.
That's good. Well, I thought it was going to get cold now.
You thought it was going to get cold?
Yeah. I saw that they said, okay, it's going to be the Northeast. It's going to be cold through the middle of May, I saw.
I woke up and saw something about a snowstorm. I was like, what's going on? But no, it's 60 here. And again, you know, my summer starts in April because I cut the heat off, and I like my electric bill to be moderate.
Moderate. Yes. Okay. So the tour is going along. You haven't missed a week, right? Every single week you've been in a different place?
Every single week we've been in a new city. We've got 3 cities left.
Forget Survivor. This is the Amazing Race.
Yeah, listen. I keep telling Jesse Tannenbaum, what's up? Okay, season, is it 40 of Amazing Race or is it 30? I think, is it 30? Yeah, 40 is coming up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You and Wendell on The Amazing Race is like one of the biggest slam dunks they ever could have thought of. I mean, that you travel together, but you know, you'll be funny, but you will also fight. Like it'll be fantastic.
Oh yeah, listen, we gonna fight. I don't know about funny, we gonna fight, but we're also competitive. And you know, since I've been watching The Amazing Race with Brooke Camhigh, I've really gotten into The Amazing Race, so I understand the nuances and different things. And so, like, Amazing Race has really found a sweet spot in my heart. And I always think, like, I wish, like, when I discovered Survivor, I wish I discovered Amazing Race in the prime time to watch it on TV. I never understood it at first, but now I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if anybody is has half a brain over there, they'll come up with that idea eventually. But we got to talk about everything going on with Survivor. Brice, I'd love to know from you, like talking with people every single week. You're out on the road. Like, what's the Jeff used to always talk about, like the people on the streets. What are the streets saying about Survivor 50?
The streets are enjoying it. I always, every week I'm talking to him, I'm like, Jeff says it's in the hands of the fans. Is it your hands? And people in the streets say no. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. They don't love the twists. Some of the twists, you know, Zach Brown, who? The Jimmy Fallon, what?
Yeah.
Hey, because we said in the hands of the fans, not in the hands of the studio audience at Jimmy Fallon. Like, why are y'all voting on Survivor?
Look, it's whoever Jeff is like, okay, all right, what do you people think? Okay, all right, I guess these are fans. We'll do with that. So tell me, where were you this past week, and what was the reaction when Rick Devens hit the coin flip?
There was a reaction, multiple. We were in Washington, D.C., and so when Rick Devens hit the coin flip, the place erupted. It was so crazy. And Rick Devens, he ain't play. And so that was like, we're like, what's happening? What's going on? Like, and we kept saying, like, would they let the $1 million go? You know, it's good TV. So the odds were with him. And so, like, the place erupted when Rick Devens hit it because his back was against the wall and he pulled something out.
that must have been a really fun moment to have the live audience react to. I think the best one of those that we did the live show when Caleb hit the shot in the dark, and we were out in Brea in Southern California, and everybody was going crazy, and like the waiters in the restaurant were high-fiving each other. Nobody even knew what was going on. So that was the really fun one. So like when you're live at these things and like a moment like that happens, like it's a really, really cool experience. Everybody's jumping up and down.
It's like you're in your hometown and your whatever basketball, football, hockey. It's like your team just won the Super Bowl or they entered in the playoffs. It's like me watching the Flyers right now, okay? Because the Flyers also happened while we were in Washington, D.C., and so we advanced. So it was really exciting. But wow.
I didn't even know you were a hockey fan now.
Robert, I'm from the city of Philadelphia, okay? I watched the hockeys. I watched the baseballs. I watched the football. Yeah. We don't have a soccer team. Well, we do have a soccer team, but it's like in Chester. But yeah, listen, I am the epitome of what you call a fair weather fan. Okay.
All right.
When the weather changes, yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're doing good. Come on, Flyers.
Yeah. So yeah, that must have been super fun to be there for all of that. And then what was the reaction when Stephenie got voted out?
It was actually larger than when Rick Devens flip toss. The crowd erupted. I was confused. I thought somebody won $1 million, Robert. Yeah. They were screaming in joy.
Yes. Okay. So it's a weird episode to talk about because so much of it was focused on the Mr. Beast coin and everything with Rick Devens, but this was kind of like we had a loved one's visit where everybody got their letters from home, Brice.
You know, that's a special place in my heart, Robert. Yes. I love the loved one's visit, and I was a little disappointed, though. Like, this is season 50. We got Mr. Beats. I call him Mr. Beats. Mr. Beast. Raising the jackpot $1 million. Where are the families at? Okay? I mean, for season 40, Boston Rob had his
26 days, they don't miss them yet. Yeah.
Boston Rob had his grandmom, his aunt, his cousin, and the children's nanny, okay? He had the whole family. Y'all, they couldn't even give us a clip. I wanted to see Becca's face. Like, I was confused. And, Robert, I wrote a letter. Ozzy was reading my letter on the screen, and they cut that out. I was like, what's going on?
It's messed up. Yeah, they don't really do a thing where when they have the returning players come of like, and then here are my Survivor friends who write me letters also.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that time that I was writing the letter to Ozzy, I wasn't a Survivor friend. I was a lover. So, it was I was a loved one's visit, Robert. You seen the photo. It was a loved one's visit.
But they used to, going back to the first season of Survivor, they would do like, here's a video of your family from it. And we brought back Jenna Lewis. Why don't we bring back a video where they could just be like, on Australian Survivor, they do FaceTime with the family members.
That's what I'm saying. And I want to say Mike Turner was that season 41, 42?
42.
42. They even had they showed photos. And I want to say even some of the family members, we heard the audio. It's like, what are y'all doing here? This is like, we spent 2 hours and 37 seconds watching Zach Brown fish a fish that was anchored to the ground. Y'all couldn't give us 2 seconds? I was like, what's going on? Zach Brown got confessionals. Zach Brown was cooking. Zach Brown he did a whole concert. And speaking of concerts, Robert, here's a 10-9-8-7. I'm coming in hot, Robert. Let me calm it down. Billie Eilish. You care to tweet? We got this whole idol and you not saying a word. Then we get a commercial about your movie. Girl, forget your movie.
What's her movie about?
I don't even know. It ain't a boomerang. I'm just like, can we get a tweet? I just feel like if you're not even going to, we could have got Little Kim. Little Kim would have been tweeting. We could have got the
Little
Pussycat
Kim a
Dolls.
Survivor fan?
I mean, According to Jeff, yes. Okay. Everybody's a Survivor fan.
Everybody's a Survivor. And they're not just Survivor fans, they are Survivor super fans. Everybody that comes in, they're like, oh yeah, they like Survivor. No, this is a Survivor super fan that's here. Survivor super fan.
I mean, if you named the idol after me, I'd be a super fan as well.
Yeah. I think the bar is low to be a celebrity super fan. I think if you know what Survivor is, you're automatically celebrity super fan.
If you see Jeff, you say hi to Jeff. But I mean, they got it right with Mr. Beast, though, because I was nervous when Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beats by Dre. Yeah.
Yes. I was nervous when I saw that it was a 2-hour episode. I was having PTSD of Zach Brown. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. But Mr. Beast, he knew what's up. He came out, he, and that's it. We didn't get to see, he didn't talk much, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the move. I think you just show up and, kiss a couple babies, flip the coin, and get out of there. That's the move if you're a celebrity.
That's it. It's 50. We got business to take care of. And so I was very happy. And I had read, I'd be going down a rabbit hole sometimes, Robert, on Reddit, that they were saying after the backlash of Zach Brown that the editors went back and edited some of the episodes that hopefully it would fit the fans. And so they did right.
But I don't know if I believe that. I think people said that. I don't know if they changed anything. Like, what else could Mr. Beast have been doing that they had to cut out of the episode?
He could have been fanning out. He could have went fishing, Robert.
He told me he didn't go fishing. I mean, I don't know what else he would have been doing. And unless he had like a couple lines of dialogue that they cut out. But I can't imagine that they really heavily edited this episode.
Well, true. I mean, I did see a little bit of Beast Games too, so it's up to par. And back to the family visit.
Yeah, okay.
The families used to even compete. When they be out, just like what? Sorry, I'm upset.
Yes. Going back to the coin for 1 second, would you have flipped the coin?
I don't want to lie, Robert. I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's scary.
If it is, I think in Rick Devens' position though, like, what else do you have to lose, right? And so, like, if it was Kagian, Solana, and I would have at that time. But like, if I was in a safe position, if I'm Cirie, if I'm the Rizgod, if I'm Jonathan, I'm not doing that. But I would have watched it. I would have been Robert, do it.
You know what I really loved in the episode, like thinking back on it, there's a point where Rick Devens with the coin, he says, I was born to do this. I was born to flip that coin. And I got chills to me because he was born to flip that coin. And how great for Rick to have the thing to like be in the moment of like, hey, I'm about to do what I was put. I'm about to fulfill my destiny in life to flip that coin, and to know that your destiny is bringing you to this moment of flipping that coin. Like, that's the kind of stuff I really do get goosebumps about stuff like that.
Yeah, I as well. And again, I think earlier in the episode, we saw Rick talking to us saying like, they want the old cousin Ricky. Like, I've been trying to keep it cool and calm, but that don't seem to work. So it's like, I got to bring cousin Ricky out. Then we get the letter from his wife, and his wife essentially like gives him permission to say, listen, play the game. And so like that taken into consideration and just seeing him say that, like, it actually is really, really special. It'd be even specialer if he gets to go home with the $2 million too. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. I mean, to be the person to flip a coin and get the money would be so incredibly cool. I feel like that somebody is gonna like owe Rick Devens like a really nice Christmas gift.
A couple of Christmas gifts.
Yes. What should, assuming it's not going to be Rick Devens, what should the winner of Survivor do for Rick Devens?
Well, if it's Joe, we know
And
Joe's
Mr.
not
Beast.
doing
Yeah.
it. We know Joe's
You don't
not
even
going
think Joe, you don't think Joe, this would warm Joe towards Rick Devens if he wins the game?
You saw Joe at that tribal council after it hit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a nice greeting card and maybe like a year subscription of some wine. I think
Your
is
subscription to some wine.
a sweater.
I think you got to do better for Rick Devens for that. Like you got, like, cause I'm Rick Devens. I'm like, so $2 million, right? Wow, that's cool. Look at you.
Thank you.
$2 million. That's better than $1 million, right?
So you think it should be monetary, or you think it should be like a gift?
I think it's a little gross to like tip him like a check of like, hey, Rick, here's your cut of the, but I think, you know, a very nice gift, I think would be in order for Rick.
Okay. What would you get him?
So back in season 2, all the way back, but it is relevant because Colby played in the season. When Tina won and she bought Colby a Harley because that was her gift to Colby. And people were like, isn't that colluding about the money? And they just said, don't worry about it. But I don't think it would really be colluding. I think that, you know, it would be cool if the winner did something for Rick Devens. What about would you do a special 10-year pass for the Zaddy calendar for Rick Devens?
You read my mind.
A gift certificate?
I was thinking he'd be the cover of the following year.
Yes, if you won.
If I won, he would be the cover of the following year with the yearly subscription of some wine that him and Becca, or you know what, actually.
And not box wine.
Not, well, Robert. Some of the best wines come from the box, okay? So, but actually, you know what? Thinking about it more, you know, I would buy Rick season passes to like Disney World for him and his family.
That would be nice.
That would fit the bill. Yes.
And that might take up a lot of the extra $1 million. That's not cheap.
I didn't say fast passes. They're not getting the fast passes.
Lightning lane, right? So, yeah, that would be interesting to see as a storyline of what's going to happen. We had the auction in this episode, Brice. And was there anything that really struck your fancy at the auction that you saw?
Yes. First of all, love the auction. And I had touched on this week on Survivor News with the baby boys. But, you know, math's never really been my subject, Robert. My bills, they're paid. But $500, that I was watching the clips. It seemed like it was a little more than $500. I asked the baby boys, I said, did they give him a credit card? Because like Cirie got a blanket, charcuterie board, toothbrush, toothpaste. Like it was just like she had the $20 to give for the letters. I was like, this seems like a lot.
It did seem like a lot. I think that maybe the prices were sort of like artificially low. And like there wasn't really too many things where, and maybe because there was a lot of covered items, there wasn't like, oh, here's a pizza, $500, I'm in. It was a lot of like things going for like $120, $140. They were being a little cheap, the Survivors.
And you're probably right, because when it filmed, I don't think the tariffs had hit yet. So like things were relatively lower. So I get that. But it was fun. I think I was debating on like what I would have wanted. And where was the margarita? I know Jeff has the margarita, but I'm like, where
maybe it got cut out, because sometimes there's more things in the auction than they show. Like, I don't think we saw Joe eating anything. Maybe he was just saving his money for letters. But maybe that's why he was so angry with Rick. He was just like really cranky. He didn't eat at the auction. He was hangry. But yeah, sometimes there's things that get cut out. But the margarita curse is such a big deal, and nobody got it.
No one got it. So we can't see if it's real or not. I also was thinking like cuz we didn't see Joe buy anything, and so normally we see people hold out because we know there'll be some type of advantage. And so there was a huge advantage, but it was like at a discounted price. Like why is it only $20?
What was the huge advantage?
I guess the letters cuz I was but I would have loved it if like because then did they have to put in $20 for the letters or for the Mr. Beast?
So I think that Jeff said, I'll give you the letters for $20, but if you open the letters, then that invites Mr. Beast. It was sort of like, okay, you get the good, but you also get the unpredictable, the chaos. But they have said that they won't do advantages in the auction anymore, from going back to, in the days of Kagian, when everybody is going for the advantage, and then okay, now you have to draw a rock. And so I think after, like, that was right around the time they stopped doing it. Worlds Apart was the last one that they did, and they felt like, oh, the auction is broken because people are just waiting for advantages. So now they had to, and that's why they couldn't do it for forever, until they had to like bring it back and you lose your vote and nobody could follow the rules. This was like the first time they did it, and it was like a normal auction.
Okay. I would have also loved what they said chaos. It wasn't really much chaos.
There wasn't that much chaos.
It if somebody didn't have $20 and they couldn't have gotten their letter like that. That would have been a little chaos. I also really enjoyed like the nasty eating things, like bring back the fish heads, the fish eyes. Like I loved that.
Yes. How would you do with that,
Robert?
You would do it?
Of course.
You'd be like Aubrey?
I would be like Aubrey. I wouldn't even chew it. I just swallow it. Gone. That's it. That's it.
I think it's still alive inside you if you don't chew it.
I mean, it'll find its way out.
It'll find its way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Survivor the Amazon, there was a guy, Mateo, and he ate this thing and he just like swallowed it whole. It was all alive. He said he could feel it crawling in his throat.
Not the throat, Robert. What did he swallow it?
He just swallowed it whole.
If he felt it in his throat,
you know what? People like it when you eat the and going back to in Wendy's season, when Angela was the sea slugger, there's nothing that really, like, you could be sort of like a person that's on the bottom, and if you're just like somebody who's like really fun eating the gross food, people love you. It really turns things around for people.
Yeah, there's no entertainment out there, so like sometimes that is the entertainment, and whether you like it or not, it's still providing some source of nutrients and protein. So whether it tastes good or not, give you a little energy.
Yeah, that's like a really fun way to endear yourself to the other survivors. Just like eating the gross food and just taking it like a champ. The players love that.
It's the best. When we were on Cagayan, we found hermit crabs. And so we would put them in our rice, and like the rice would taste crabby. So it was like crabby rice. And Jeremiah was like taking them out their shells and eating them. And we were like, we're pretty sure it's little poop in there, Jeremiah. It's all good. But like, you got to do what you got to do out there.
Yeah. And did that make you guys like him more? That he was doing that?
No, we were like, stop, Jeremiah.
There's something wrong with you.
Yes.
Yeah. We're only at a week left in the game now. And it really does feel like that Cirie and Ozzy and the Rizgod are real. I mean, and you've got to be loving this because those are, three of your people there right in the middle of things running it. Do you see any speed bumps for them? Do you think that they can take this all the way to the end?
I would like to hope to. I would like to hope so. I love Cirie, and seeing Cirie this far in the game is like Cirie has already won in my mind. I said at the start of the season, if Cirie makes the merge, in my head, she's won, period. Because with it being season 50 and we know the type of player that Cirie is, for her to be able to make it that far, I would have been happy. But to see Cirie where she's at right now and the position that she's at, and these last 2 episodes of Survivor, Cirie has been giving we know Robert's books comes out this Tuesday, but Cirie is giving us an audio book of like how to play Survivor. She's so cool. She's so calm. She's so like everybody running around looking crazy. Cirie just sitting there. They coming to her. And so I love the position that Cirie is in. But I have PTSD. And I'm like trying to manage my expectations because I got a shirt ready. I'm ready to celebrate. But this episode scared me a little bit because Cirie is really in a great position. And with Christian going home and Stephenie going home, people are starting to dwindle and threats are starting to really illuminate. And I think during the original scramble, when Cirie told Ozzy that Stephenie's coming for you, something about Ozzy going back to Jonathan and just divulging the whole plan, right? Like Ozzy got spooked and Ozzy was like, I need to, and that trust level that he and Jonathan had, again, Ozzy's playing phenomenal. We saw the last time Ozzy played, we were like, what's going on here? And his social game has improved by the help of Cirie. Cirie's been having him on her back, but Ozzy's got connections with people. And so like seeing him connect with Jonathan and like that interaction struck a chord with me because I said, if Cirie is away from camp for an extended period of time, say Jonathan comes up with a plan, and we know Ozzy sometimes he doesn't know what to do if he doesn't have mother helping him out. And so like they could get it in his head. And so I was just worried. I was like, I always feel like sometimes Cirie's Achilles heel is not her gameplay, but sometimes it's the people that she surrounds herself with. And it's like sometimes the call is coming from inside the house. It's not outside the house. And so I'm worried that the people that she's been the closest with might take her out or turn on her. And so that scares me.
You know, I had been worried too prior to this week about after the Christian vote where it was Christian and Emily were trying to go after Ozzy, and it was Jonathan and Stephenie and Joe. Like, we hate these guys. We're going to take them out. But then they went after Ozzy, and I really felt like I was worried for Cirie. I'm like, boy, because Ozzy, he wants to be one of the honor and integrity people. That's sort of like his, like where he started on Survivor. And I think that there's like a calling for him to like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I do want to be with the people that I can trust that aren't the dirty liars. But then I thought it was such a big mistake for Jonathan and Stephenie to go after Ozzy, because I thought that they were like on the verge of reeling him in. And I think that ultimately this was a very good week for Cirie.
Yeah, it was. But at this point, Robert, I'm looking beyond this week, right? Like, I'm like, what is her end game? And so, the cloth was coming after Ozzy. But now that the cloth has dwindled down to a thread, right? You know, you squint your eyes and look at Ozzy, you know, they might be able to recruit Ozzy to the cloth. And so, like, again, Ozzy has his core, right? But again, if we're thinking about the end, Ozzy, you might need to spread your wings. And I was even talking earlier about like Jonathan, where we're like, wow, they really decimated his whole alliance. And it really got me thinking, Rob, like, Jonathan really doesn't. Who does Jonathan have? Joe. And
I don't know if he has Joe. Cirie might have Joe too.
Joe don't know what's going on. Okay, Joe, I don't know who has Joe.
Has Joe. That's it.
Well, yes. But now that they were worried about the middle. Even though the middle was like the majority, but they worried about the middle. But now that the cloth is kind of gone, now it's the middle is the majority, right? And like, they're going to have to start turning on each other at some point in time. And now that Jonathan is a free agent. And so like that gives Jonathan a little more agency. So I'm just worried. I'm worried, Robert.
Yeah. Well, Cirie has really played the post-merge so interestingly, where it's really been like this. She's gone back and forth, where it's taking out one person from, and sometimes two people from each side, where it was like, okay, they took out D, but then we took out Coach and Chrissy. And then after that, then they took out Christian. But then this week they went back and took out Stephenie. And so I think that it's probably time to look back at like the Emily and Rick side of things and sort of like take out one of their numbers that keeps Joe happy. Ultimately, I think that maybe it's too obvious to go right after Jonathan, but I don't know necessarily like who else Jonathan could recruit to come to him. The one person I do think that is likely to work with Jonathan is Aubrey. I do see Aubrey and Jonathan reconnecting. We saw them last week, and I feel like that with Jonathan on the bottom, I think that Aubrey is looking at what pieces would want to work with her.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen Aubrey with much agency in the game. And when we saw Aubrey talking to Jonathan, like Christian was talking to Jonathan in that hammock, right? Aubrey's like, this is my fourth time playing, right? Like, no mistakes will be made. And I even say, I could see an Emily. I could see a cousin Ricky at this point, right? Like, at this point, Ricky's got to play a game for himself. And like the new era, you could be an enemy today and an ally tomorrow. And I think that that is something so interesting that we're seeing in Survivor 50, where it really is kind of like that old school mentality of like, we're voting together, we staying together. Like we saw that with Stephenie, where Stephenie was playing a very old school game. She like, I ain't say no names. Where they're like, well, okay, well, do you agree with it? It wasn't me. And like Rizzo, he was like, I respect the Rick for telling me what's up, because it's like, at least I know which way you're coming. And so it's like this dichotomy of like the old era versus the new school. And so again, I think Rick and Emily lean more towards the new school of playing. And so, yeah, they might have been cool with Cirie, Ozzy, and Rizzo. But listen, it's only one winner, and it's $2 million. So, like, what's up? Becca Devens told you to play your game. Go free, little birdie. So, it's scary, Robert. Like, it's like we're getting to the end. I'm excited, but it's like it could go a lot of different ways.
I've been really impressed with Tiffany over the second half of the season, where it was very quiet for the first half, but just she's really coming on strong. And she's really, whenever you look up, she is just like parked next to Cirie, which is like a really good spot to be the, you know, right hand person of Cirie every time, you know, and then she's just sitting there with Cirie's cracking jokes, like she's laughing. It's like a really good spot. And she's won some immunities. And so I kind of feel like it's don't count out Tiffany.
Tiffany Nicole Irvin is another one to watch. Okay. Yeah. She had a rough start in the beginning. And again, I like, because now that I watch Survivor, I'm like, I watch it from the storytelling aspect. I watch it from the viewer aspect. The 30 seconds that I had as a player, I try to apply that as well. And it's like Tiffany's arc been amazing. And her back's been against the wall. And now individual immunity, she's stepping up to the plate. Even the week before last, she was in the final four. Like, she has shown that she's a tough competitor. She is a new school player. She's made connections. We know her and Aubrey are cool. You know, she's with Mother. We see her with Emily. Like, and so Tiffany's in another really great spot. And so we didn't get to see a lot of her in the beginning because of Zach Brown. But now that the space is clearing out, it's a runway for Tiffany to take off, and I'd love to see it.
She was one of the people that went to go see Zach Brown. She would have less airtime if it wasn't for Zach Brown.
And she was in the back of that hammock, okay? She was just chilling.
Who would be your Zach Brown when we saw Dee was crying about that that Zach Brown was the soundtrack to her life?
Robert,
who's your Zach Brown?
It would be Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I'd fade it.
They could sing I'm a Survivor. It would be so perfect.
I would die. It's so funny that you say that. I was with Wendy's yesterday, and I was scrolling through like my archive post, and I was going around during the time that Cagayan had just premiered, and I was cringing at some of my posts, and I had posted like the Destiny's Child Survivor album with the song Survivor. This is the day they released the cast, and I was like, in my post, I was like, this song means so much to me right now, because I am a survivor. So listen, I would die.
Hey, that song came out right at the height of
2000.
Survivor. So yes, I think it was like Survivor, the Australian Outback, was just heating up, and like that was like the song and the show.
That's what I hear, Robert. I wasn't born at that point in time, but my
Yes,
mom
you
said
were
that she
born.
played
I could tell you, yeah.
she played that song a lot. So when I came out the womb, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was the time.
That slapped on my LimeWire. I'm gonna download that.
Whoo, Robert, the way my LimeWire days used to be set up, nothing more would piss me off on LimeWire when you be looking for a song, you find it, you download it, and then you play it, and it's just another random song. Y'all kids today don't know, okay? First of all, what I would give, you know how they keep sending us emails of like the photo bucket, and people are like logging back into their photo buckets and seeing their photos? Did you have a photo bucket account?
I did not, so I don't get those emails, but I
you
can
ain't
imagine.
have a MySpace?
I did have MySpace. Is MySpace photo bucket?
I want to say like the photos had to be in photo bucket. So Robert, if you had a MySpace, wait, time out, wait, Robert, wait,
yeah,
what song was playing in your background of MySpace?
I don't know if I did the song on the background. I don't remember.
Robert,
but I definitely had it.
You're taking me back.
Yeah,
I used to be cold in those things. I used to have rain coming down.
I had it, and of course, the top 8. My boss made us put him in the top 8.
Not he was making MySpace his LinkedIn before LinkedIn.
Yeah,
what type of job was
put him in. Yeah, that I worked right like the fishbowl, and my boss used to say that we had to put him in the top 8. And we'd be mad if I think I wouldn't do that to people at Robin's podcast. If they wanted to, they could, but I wouldn't make them.
Well, you're not in my top 8, Robert. You're in my top 3, so you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Thank you. Yeah, but I'm glad that they don't do that, because people would be even now, it'd be even more.
It would be a
really
lot.
Look at it.
But the kids today, Robert, they don't know. And
they don't know.
Get into my LimeWire just to see the songs, like y'all just don't understand. Sometimes the songs would take 8 hours to download.
Yes, if it was like a slow download.
We don't know what type of viruses we put on our computer.
But it was better because you had to work for it. You didn't just it wasn't just on demand. You had to go find it.
You did.
It's stealing, but it's like, but I earned it.
Yeah.
I had to go look for it, wait and download it.
It was the Wild Wild West. That is it really was.
Yes. So has season 50, like, we're almost towards the end of season 50. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Do you feel like season 50, we've been waiting? Do you feel like that it has been worth the wait?
Now, I'll be honest, Robert.
Yeah.
When the speculations was happening 2 years ago, when people was calling my phone and check up on me that I hadn't talked to in years, and when the alleged cast went out and we saw the list, I was like, what is this? Like, they're like, ugh. I'll be honest. Then when the photos came out, those highly saturated photos on the beach and like the promo, I was like, oh, I don't know. But I will say, despite the hiccups of the twist and these celebrities, I think season 50 is absolutely delivering. I think the cast, the way that they interact with each other, I 1,000% say the cast is delivering. And it surprised me because I was ready to hate. I was ready to be like,
yeah.
But they're delivering. Like, they, on all levels, they are delivering. I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I don't think you're ever going to do anything that's going to be able to satisfy everybody, but I think that we've had, stuff to talk about every single week. And there's definitely been some, hits and misses along the way. But overall, I feel like it's been a very fun ride so far. We have not been bored.
That's definitely the truth. And little drama in the Survivor community. It's for me. It's giving me. It's not old school Survivor, but it is giving me peak Survivor era. And there's nothing against the new school, right? I love the new school, but I always kind of sort of related to Cagayan, right? Where prior to Cagayan, we had an influx of returnee seasons, and people were like at the point, which is crazy, that we were like, we're tired. We need an all new cast. And so that refreshingness of Cagayan is why I think it is like held so high in the fans. Not that, your baby boy don't have nothing to do with it, but no. And so I think with the new era, 41 through 49, with kind of like we know what to expect, I think it's just so refreshing. And it's like the players have come to play, right? They're not, outside of and you know me, I love my Joe. Outside of Joe and Stephenie, who Stephenie says she ain't saying no names, okay? Stephenie said, I'm gonna just go with the pack. And Joe would just, hey, keep your word. So, Joe was playing his game, and we love a Joe. And we love Joe.
Yeah. No, I think Joe's been fun this season because he has not been the person like in 48, Joe was saying and everybody has to play like me. And then, so it was a season where you had to play like Joe. Like I like in season 50 where there's only one Joe and everybody's got to did you tell Joe the plan? How we handling Joe on this one? And so he's good here.
Yeah, it's great. And it's like, I feel like Joe knows that. And that's an interesting tactic. But no, Joe it is like, y'all lying out here? I would never. It's like, Joe is the gift that continues to give, and so it'll be interesting to see. But again, it's like you look at people like Joe and Emily, and I feel like they play they're playing different, but kind of like similar games, and not flashy, not. Emily is doing a lot. She stay flipping. Joe is refusing to write people's name down. But I always say there's something to be said. They're still here.
Yeah.
And again, if Joe wanted to start the engine, if Joe wanted to start the engine, because right now he's in the Honor and Integrity Toyota Corolla. But if Joe wanted to start if he wanted to start the engine on that Ford Focus,
why is it different?
That lie, and that's not reliable. I mean, he could jump ship.
Is the Toyota Corolla the Honor and Integrity car, and Ford Focus is kind of the shadier car? Is that
yes? Okay. Because that Ford Focus, okay? It got the donut on it, okay? The Toyota Corollas are still on the road today.
Yes, dependable.
200,000
miles, easy.
Easy. Air AC still work, okay? That's why Joe is in there. But the Ford Focus, they didn't even make them anymore. I'm just saying. So, but if he wanted to jump ship, he could.
Yeah.
And this is something that I always forget when you're playing Survivor, because I never got to go this deep. Because it's like, you got to make it to the end. But also it's like, you got to look at the jury now, right?
Yeah.
And the jury is full of the cloth, full of the Joe Honor and Integrity.
Oh,
so
that's
it's like,
interesting.
Joe get to the end. I don't know. But I know there's a lot of discourse because people are like, if Joe got to the end, people wouldn't vote for him. But you don't know.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I hadn't really thought about that, about how that coach voting block, Coach, Chrissy, Stephenie now are on the jury. You put Jonathan and Joe there, and they're going to have some real strong feelings about how to play the game. I think if you're Rick Devens, I think you're kind of better off of you want to go to the end with Joe. You don't want Joe on the jury. Like Joe will be in the Ponderosa being like, you know what else Rick Devens did? Can I tell you something else Rick Devens did?
But what I would pay, in the words of the Rizgod, that would be pure cinema. If Joe were to be on the jury and Rick Devens got to the end, the way I would be seated.
Oh,
for
he would
Joe's
give a good
question. Oh,
yeah.
Corinne better take a seat, because Joe, you got on that beach and you looked at me and you said you. And okay, also, you know what? Here's something else real quick, Robert. Let me take your advice on this. So the Idol episode of Rick Devens, everybody kept saying, oh, I didn't like that. He's so flashy. He's so cocky.
Yeah.
And again, maybe, and you know Rick Devens, like I know Cousin Ricky. He's Cousin Ricky to me. In my opinion, I thought he was very mild-mannered. I thought it was very like Cousin Ricky could have turned it up. I thought he was so like, I didn't think it was, yes, the move itself was big, but I just felt like a lot of online discourse and how a lot of the players, Jonathan, they were like, oh, he's so cocky, so I'm like, what's your thought?
Well, let me give an analogy to you. This is what I think it's like. And you and I have had many what's that?
I thought you was going back to the Ford Focus analogy.
No. Forget put the cars in the parking lot. So you and I have had many conversations over the years about your workplace and the office politics. And who could forget, even with Chrissy, was Stacy's mom.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember Stacy's mom.
and we've talked about the coffee situation in the workplace, and this season I've just been noticing about when people get irked with Rick Devens, I almost feel like that the survivors, that they're sort of like they're in a way they're sort of coworkers and they're in the office, and when Rick Devens does stuff like that in front of Jeff, in front of the jury, like I think that they feel like it's a little bit like, here's my report, sir. like I got my report in first, not these people. And I think that they feel like a little bit like he's showing them up. He's making himself look good. And I think it's the kind of thing that then when he leaves the room, that they're all just sort of like, this freaking guy again, like why is he like this? And I think that the jury likes it and the audience likes it and Jeff likes it. But I think that it makes the other people feel like that he's showing them up. And I feel like they don't like it.
In the words of T.S. Madison, step you up. Okay, it's Survivor 50. Like, that's the thing that, like, I don't know. That's the thing that gets me, though. Like, it's Survivor 50. Okay? 50 seasons. You got people that are pissed that Survivor didn't even call them.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? And I don't know. I think I just take it with a grain of salt, because I feel like everyone's game is so different and everyone's playing style. And yeah, I get that. That analogy is great, because he would be annoying. But
you worked in his office. Like, I'm sure the people in his office love him, but it's just like, if you have somebody like that in your office.
But like, for me, I guess back to that analogy, I would find it annoying, but I would find it even more annoying if I didn't have my work done, right? Like, if I didn't have my report done and Rick is turning in his report, then it's like, oh, okay, well, the rest of y'all, is y'all reports done? Because it's looking like it's not.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah, I think it's also like I think so much of it is about trust, where, to go back to another auction moment with the letter specifically, we were talking about the Worlds Apart auction, where in that auction, you have another player, Mike Holloway, who I think in a lot of ways was like a Rick Devens, and he found idols and did a lot of things where they were trying to get him out, and he played from the bottom, and he sort of like paved the way for Rick Devens. And there was a moment in that auction where everybody's like, okay, we all agree we're gonna do this, right? Jeff said, okay, $20 for the letter, because at that time he was like holding his money to try to bid on the advantage. And so everybody's like, all right, we're all going to put in our $20. Okay, good. And then he didn't hand in his $20. He kept it. And everybody got like pissed because, wait, you said you were going to do that and you didn't. And now you're trying to pull a fast one on us. Like, I think that's like the type of thing where like when the group is like, okay, we're all going to play by these rules. And then you're like, oh no, I'm good. And then you don't. Like, I think that really gives like everybody like a reason to sort of have like a common enemy.
Now I'm with you.
Yeah.
But my only thing for, I don't know why I'm so hyped because I don't play about my cousin Ricky. But the only thing for me is y'all wanted him to be calm because y'all was going to vote his ass out. So like you're mad like that. Like
I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just saying I think that this is why he pisses people off.
Because he fighting, and again, I know, I'm the viewer, we love it, but I'm just like, and then I think Jonathan was like, and Mr. Rick, you didn't tell me about that idol move that you had, and Rick like, bitch, you didn't tell me you was gonna vote me out, and I felt like Rick was so valid when he's like, why all this scrambling? Like, I thought we were locked in. Where's the honor and integrity now? And so again, what's good for the goose should be good for the gander, and I don't know. I just relate to cousin Ricky sometimes, Rob, because sometimes I'll meet people and, I'm a very, you know me, Rob. This is me, but also I can be very calm, mild. And, sometimes I'll meet someone at work, right? This new person, and this is actually a true story. New person at work. We're hybrid. I guess my name precedes itself. And so,
in what way?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm cousin Ricky at work, I guess.
Yeah.
But so it's my day to go in. I go in. I meet this. Hey, Heidi. Again, this is me. Hey, Heidi. How are you? Nice to meet you. If you need any help, just let me know. I'm going to be sitting over there. And then later on the Teams chat, my good girlfriend that works with me. She's like, oh my God, Heidi really likes you. And so then I'm like, well, call me because now I want to hear the story. Because I'm that type of friend. If you got something to tell me the story. Tell me what you was doing before. Tell me what happened. So I'm like, well, what happened? And so the way my coworker described how she was like, oh, Brice was so nice. Like, it was just like, hey, Heidi, my name is Brice. I saw like, and it's just like, I just said hi. And so I just feel I can relate to a cousin Ricky where it's like, I'm just saying hello. And to people, I'm just doing the absolute most. And so, again, I just relate to Ricky where it's just like, he's just trying to make it another day.
I think another thing about Rick is that then I think that he does seemingly like he does a good job of like convincing people also. He's like, all right, you got me. I'm not going to do it again. I had a fake idol. It was nothing. I have nothing. I'm on the bottom. And then like everybody's like, all right, we can work with this guy. Let's invite him in. Let's tell him the plan. And then they go to Tribal and Rick's like, guess what? Here's the plan, everybody. Here's what everybody said. I'm blowing everything up. It's like, Rick, you said that you were going to be good now. He did it again.
And again, I'm not rooting for everybody, but I'm rooting for the majority of everybody out there. And so again, cousin Ricky was against the wall.
But he sucks him back in. And then he's like, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not. How could I do it again? That would be crazy. And he does it again.
Rick, you going to do it again?
Oops. I did it again. I played with your heart.
But okay, but yes, but again, he's just fighting for his life. And another reason, my britches got a little moist during this episode.
Oh my!
Specifically at Tribal Council for the Rizgod. Okay, Rizgod did something to me when he was talking to Stephenie, and when because it's normally the Riz Love Survivor. Oh my God, Rick, I can't I always look at Rick. I always look at Rizgod like he is the younger brother out there, like he's 8. So in my mind, it's like, whatever you want. But during this tribal and over the last couple of episodes, we've been seeing the Rizgod go through maturity. We've been seeing him. He's now a senior in high school. He's now got a girlfriend.
Okay.
You know, he puts a sock on the door now. Now this mom got to knock before she comes in. And so, like, at Tribal Council, we went from like, oh my God, Ricky.
Wait, is Cirie his mom?
I guess, yes. Cirie is his mom. Okay. And yes, and very much because and yes, he got a black mom too, because at Tribal Council, last we left off, it was like that idol move was great. And when Stephenie started talking, the Rizgod was like, listen here, baby girl. It's Survivor. It's Survivor 50. Like, what you talking about? Like, I respect the like it was the way Rizgod threw his 107-pound weight around that Tribal Council. I said, oh, I see the allure, Rizgod, and I respected it, because it's like, Riz is like, I'm not 8 years old anymore. Like, it's like, this is Survivor 50. And what you mean? Like, I would never vote for you. I'd never start a vote. I just dare vote. Well, girl, who are you voting for? I won't say your name.
I got the sense in talking to Stephenie and hearing a little bit of her exit press, I got the sense she wasn't the biggest Rizgod fan.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like she's like kind of down on him. And she did say he reminds her of her son in some ways, but she was like really calling out the laziness of the Rizgod.
Very true. He don't clean his room. But again, it's like, the Riz can be lazy. These kids are lazy these days, but it's like, when you were a kid, Robert, right? Like, I don't think you had like color TV, right? It was like black and white TV. Like, you had to come with, when Mama Cesternino said, the street lights, come on, you come home, right? Like, you guys were active. Riz is of the era where it's like, it's the PSP. It's like, Riz got the headphones, like, it's like they stay put. Riz
What's
is playing
the
Call of Duty.
PlayStation?
PlayStation. I'm a little older, but him and the Rizgod, they doing TikToks. Like, they do everything in one room. And so it's like,
I wasn't sure what that hand gesture was. What are they doing in there?
The little, like, the little TikTok dances that they do. Shout out to the Rizgod, because I love their TikToks. But they're used to, they're pandemic children. He graduated high school from his room. So he don't need to do a lot.
Is that true?
Say. I mean, he's 8. Like, yes.
He's like timeless. He's like,
he's like Benjamin Button. His 8.
Yeah. Like he graduated high school during COVID. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it tracks. And Robert, after COVID, time got a little funny anyway. Okay, so he don't need to, like, he's not of the school of like y'all older generation, because my generation, I'm closer to Riz in age than you are, Robert, and Stephenie and them. So I connect a little more, but it's like, just because he's just sitting in that room with his headphones on, like, I don't want to eat dinner right now, Mom, I'm playing my game. Like, he's in a whole nother world, right? Like, he's jumping through time portals. And so it's like, the boy can play. So who cares if he's not going out there and taking the trash out and, like,
Is he jumping through time portals on the PSP or in real life?
Both. And PS, but I'm just saying, like, on Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, he doing a lot. And Riz played, like, and so sometimes it's like that generational gap where it's like, you call him lazy, but baby, his mind ain't lazy.
Yeah, and you know what? I do think it is time to put some respect on the Rizgod's name, because I know that he gets called lazy, and I know people are sort of like, okay, the new era, and it's not as hard as the old era, but he's on the precipice of doing something that I don't think anybody else, maybe outside of Russell Hantz, has ever done. That he's on a trajectory right now to play like 50 days of Survivor in 60 days. That's an insane pace of he went 25 days and then he was off for 9 and then came back and could go 26. So yeah, he could do 51 out of 60 days playing Survivor. And yeah, okay, he was off for 9 in the middle. All right, but he still played 51 for the rest.
Some of these people haven't played in 20 years.
That's not right. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't play 51 days of Survivor in 60 days.
My man tired. He ain't been on the game. He missing his friends online. Excuse him if he just want to lay in the shelter.
Hey guys, I'm AFK. I gotta go be back on Survivor. ERB.
BRB. Okay, Robert. The kids don't even say that no more, Robert. You're aging yourself.
Sorry.
But yes. But Riz couldn't say nothing. He's like, going on a mission, island emoji.
Pop drink. Yeah.
Benjamin Coach Wade is my favorite player ever.
You changed my life.
So listen. So again, you gotta adapt to the times. And so I just feel like a lot of the cloth was playing a very warped game. And multiple.
Do they call themselves that? Do they have merch for the cloth?
Robert. I don't think
It could hit. It could be,
Oh yeah. I mean it could, Yes. But listen.
You could do merch cut from different cloths.
Or you could cut your cloth. But yeah. And I'm not mad at the cloth, right? And I actually think the winner could be from the cloth, right? It's just a lot going on. And again, when you put someone like Cirie in the mix that can navigate old school, young, and then add a Rick Devens, add an Emily Flipman, add a Toyota Corolla in it. It just can
Joe's
go.
The Corolla?
Yes. Joe is the old reliable, old faithful, okay?
Okay.
Let's believe if I need a ride from somebody, I'm calling Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna be there on time.
He'll be there on time.
When he say he gonna be there,
he won't forget.
He gonna get me where I need to go.
Yeah.
So again, there's just so many things to take into consideration. But again, I just think a lot of Chrissy, Coach, and Stephenie's downfall was they were not willing to get off of Zoom and play in the real game.
Mm-hmm. Bring more people in. Yeah. I want to go back to Cirie because I know that such a big part of your story was that you talked about, even going into Cagayan, about how your favorite was Cirie. Even before it was the popular thing to say, you were always the, Cirie evangelist. And I remember going into when you first met Cirie at, was it Dom Abate and Wendell had the holiday party way back when.
This is the photo right here.
Yep.
First day I met my queen, I passed out. She said, get up off the floor. I'm serious. I passed. Okay, in that moment, I was really being a little Rick. When I met Cirie, I think I have video of it. They cleared the way, and she was there waiting for me. And I got a little shaky, and when I got right to her, I blacked out for a little bit, and I woke up to her saying, "Get off the floor."
As a longtime observer of Cirie, she seems so locked in this game. Have you noticed anything different in her game from her previous runs on Survivor this time out?
The only thing that I can say that I noticed different is that I feel like I think this go round, and again, we have to take into consideration, we know this is like right after like AU versus the world. I feel like Cirie is like locked in knowing the player that she is, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in other seasons, she's always been the player, but I feel like she does a little more to try to get people to not see her as a threat, or like to make people understand why. And I feel like this season, we as viewers have not seen that. Like, we've just seen Cirie being locked in. She picked up her son from school. She got Ozzy, and she's been locked in, and she's been going with the flow. And like, and I just feel like there's something about, even as a person, right? When you finally stop caring about what people say about you, when you finally stop letting what your own intrusive thoughts say, and you go with the belief that I'm Rick Devens, bish, okay? And you
I was
own
born
that.
to flip this coin.
Yeah. Yes. And you flip the coin. You play. And so again, like, I felt like this episode, when Stephenie was going back and forth, and then it was like Jonathan, Stephenie, and Cirie, and they are like, now I heard you flip the and Cirie just sitting there. Cirie like, yeah, I mean, the idea was floated.
Yeah.
It's Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
And you just can't write a master class on how to just navigate in those situations. And so again, I just think that Cirie knows who she is. And I think we see it. And we've always seen it before, but this just seems a little different. And so I've been loving Mother.
She's just been so effortless this season in terms of like people, a name comes up. She's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not gonna, like, it's like oh, we're ordering pizza. No, we're not having pizza. Like, boy, where's like, I wanted Chinese food. You know, she's just like so good at like, just like, that's not what I wanted. Send it back. We're getting what I want.
And she's locked in. And older Cirie, when she linked up with Rizzo, I don't think she would have told Rizzo about the extra vote and all those things. I think she would have kept it to the chest. And I think she has learned that, like, in order to make relationships, I got to share, I got to put my neck on the line. And I think she's really locked in with this core. And so it doesn't come off as, and there's always a difference of what I see, because again, I really get the opportunity, but when you see people and like, they throw names out or they tell you what to do, right? They're like, this is what we're doing. And again, a masterclass with Cirie, when it's Riz and Ozzy, right? They're going to her like, this is what we got, what you think? Like, they're going to her like she's the almanac. And yes, she's driving the vote, but it's not in a way that's like, this is what we're doing, it's done, right? It's like they're seeking advice and she's giving it and they're listening. And that's the type of alliance that you want to be in. Sometimes you don't have the right information. Sometimes you need, like, clearly we see in Ozzy, we see Ozzy flourishing. Ozzy is killing it this season because he's trusting. He's doing what he has. And so it's just very interesting, because so many times we see people driving the vote and doing things and like their alliance turns on them. Yet here is an example of they're seeking. They're like a baby pup. Like they just they want the milk. They're just feeding at Mother. That's like, she's just laying there. She just had a litter, and they are all on her nipples, just drinking the milk.
Where's David?
Where's David? Okay. That's why
nobody make this an AI. Okay, by the way, also, we're not doing that, please. You know, there's some AI art out there. We're not doing that. All right. Right. I have some questions for you. I have so many questions for you. But some of the listeners have questions for you also about everything that's going on. This is a question from Schiffles. If you were the fourth member of Cirie's Wizard of Oz, would you take Cirie to the end or try to get her voted out?
See, that's the thing. Because I don't know. Because like the the Brice Izyah in me that's in the Toyota Corolla is like, it's an honor to play with the queen. And so like my mission would be to get the queen to the end.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I you know, like I would like that would be my mission. I wouldn't be out there but I would want a Harley Davis. Okay.
Yes.
But like that would be my mission. But the Ford Focus, Brice, is thinking, I don't know. We'll see as long as we can get there. But I'm going to go with my mission. If I were to be out there with the queen, like I would want to get the queen to the end.
I feel like that. Yeah, if you were there, like, and you would be so celebrated. You really would be like, you'd be like a knight who did this, and people would just like, and listen, nobody would like begrudge you for going for it, but you better not miss. You better not like get Cirie voted out and then like you know, lose the jury vote. Like, people feel like really pissed. Like, you better finish the job.
Banish me at that point. But yeah, but there is like just I would want the queen to win. I would push for the queen.
Yeah. If Cirie doesn't win, like people, I think this is gonna be a hard pill for people to swallow because they really are dangling it.
Well, listen here. Let me just say this, Robert, right?
Yeah.
This season on Survivor News over at Purple Pants Podcast, for the last couple of seasons, the posse, they've been getting on me. They're like, you don't keep it honest. If I'm friends with someone, then they're like, you always make a butt, you know. And so this season on Survivor News, while I love the queen, I've been very, you know, I say, hey, they missed the shot. You don't let the queen get that far. So I've been very critical of the moves that Cirie's making, because I don't want the posse saying I'm being biased, because I really, going into season 50, I really wanted to go in and watch it like and enjoy it and be a fan and give my like unfiltered take. So this season of Survivor News for me is a little different because the baby boys, he's letting it out.
But you're critical of what Cirie is doing, or you're critical of the other players for not going after Cirie?
I'm just critical of the game in itself. And then when there were opportunities that people could have gone for Cirie and they didn't, I'm like, that's a bad move. Like, you don't let Cirie Fields get this far in the game.
For sure. Yeah. She's not giving you much to be critical about.
No.
Like she's really played like a very flawless game so far.
It's a party. I mean, we're still celebrating. But I'm just saying, I do call those things out.
Okay. Here's a question from Babado45. Are there any players in the season who should be on the Zaddy calendar? Now, are you opening up the Zaddy calendar to people who have appeared on the Zaddy calendar previously, but are re-eligible because of their appearance on Survivor 50?
So, you know,
let me see if I can name it. How many Zaddies are in the cast? So, Christian.
Yes.
Q has been in the Zaddy calendar. Has Rick Devens ever been in the Zaddy calendar? Rick Devens
has been a Zaddy before.
Okay, yes. Rick Devens. And Joe is too recent, right?
Joe is in this current calendar.
Okay. And Kyle?
Kyle is a Zaddy as well.
Okay. And then Ozzy. Ozzy's made it. That's 6 of the guys.
So I'm just saying, casting. Okay, casting just slipping through the calendar.
Yes. And did you get Charlie?
Charlie has been a Zaddy.
Charlie. And I'm trying to think of if there's am I missing anybody else?
I think you got them all.
Okay. Wow. Could you get Mike White?
I don't know if I can get Mike White.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, those abs, like.
I mean,
he didn't do all those crunches to not be in the Zaddy calendar.
Listen, I don't know if I could get a Mike White, but that does not say that Mike White was definitely a Zaddy in this calendar. That first episode, the britches was a little moist. I said, oh my God, Mike White.
I think we got the pitch for Mike White. It's like, hey, Mike, you know, we're so impressed of everything you've done in your career. It's a very coveted spot.
Oh.
Every year in June, We want to have a very special spot for the Zaddy that has done so much in the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes.
We think this would be a very coveted honor to bestow upon you. Would you like to appear in the upcoming Zaddy calendar?
It would be an honor. Your work in movies and films and scripted TV.
Yes.
Please. Yes or no, circle, and if you could send it back, that would be listen, that's the pitch right there. Send it to Mike White. Yeah, that would be an honor. And sometimes you know how I am, Robert. I've reached out to you a couple of times to get in contact with some people, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna. We can't. But you've never steered me in the wrong direction. So it would be an honor to have Mike White.
Yes, and then if you so choose, if you would be so gracious, typically February is kind of a non-starter, but we'll give Christian whatever's the next shortest month in the calendar.
What, Hubicki?
Yes.
Oh, we forgot Christian. Christian has been a Zaddy.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see.
But I am open to answer the question. I am open for some people to return, but I do think we'll have a Zaddy or two from 50.
Okay. I would think so. Okay. All right. Let's see. Honey Kid 68 says, who has the most I didn't see that coming energy on season 50? What are they doing differently? And will it work?
That's a good one. I would. Okay. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Jonathan has surprised me this season. I was going into this season like I know Jonathan will be a challenge beast and like he'll be able to win, and again, maybe I didn't pay close attention to the first time that he played, but the way that he's been moving and how he's been maneuvering and how he's driving the votes,
he's playing hard.
He's playing hard. That is something that I didn't see that one coming. And when we were at Tribal, as Stephenie said, I didn't start that vote. And Jonathan just stood there. I said, "Oh!"
And he wrote Stephenie's name down.
Oh, I said, "Okay." Joe is still in that Corolla, but Jonathan said, "Jonathan is in there for a focus."
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he did play hard in season 42, but it does seem like that he is playing a little bit more, willing to be a little bit more cutthroat in 50.
Yes. And not soon as he sees somebody for who they are, it's like, you're dead to me. And so it's, again, very shocking. It's not the game that I would have expected from Jonathan. And so it'll be interesting to see how it works for him. So I will definitely give Jonathan that I've been surprised at the level of his gameplay this season.
Okay. I have a question for you from Trevor Chong, who wants to know, Brice, who is the freakiest freak of this season?
Man.
In the hands of the freaks. Who is, of 24 players, who is the freakiest freak? And we're now 10 episodes in. We've seen 19 hours, I think, of Survivor 50. Who's the freakiest freak of the season? And a question from Will Lowry: which celebrity fan is the freakiest freak of season 50, and why is it Zach Brown?
Listen, we saw Zach Brown in that ocean. Okay, listen. I wasn't mad at that. Y'all could have just led with that. But for the freakiest freak, it's so hard. But when I take the whole season into consideration, I think it's only one person that kind of sticks out as the freakiest freak. And I think if you go on record with saying you have a toe ring on your toe since 1974. and you take it off and you put it on somebody. I don't know. It writes itself. So Benjamin Coach Wade,
Coach.
I would have to
He
say
was
Coach.
Coach's Addy?
Coach was not his Addy.
Oh, okay. I think he'd be up for it.
I think it's
in a very tasteful Zaddy picture.
It's in the hands of the fans, Robert.
Oh, you should let the fans vote on the Zaddies.
Yes. This year it's in the hands of the fans. So if they see fit to have a Benjamin Coach in the Zaddy calendar, we would need to see that toe ring though. That would be a requirement. But
yeah,
I definitely think Coach, just from the haikus to the and love or hate Coach. I read the online discourse.
Yeah.
Coach was a pleasure to watch. When I tell you, like,
I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Like I said, love it or hate it. Okay. So sometimes I hated it. Sometimes I loved it. But I remember watching Coach, and I remember being like, this
Who
guy
is this
don't
jackass, they said.
He don't make no sense. And Coach came back as Coach. And it was just, I don't know, refreshing to just see someone, I don't know. But I enjoyed watching Coach. He is great TV.
Yeah, in the same way that Rick Devens was born to flip that coin, like Coach was born to like do yoga and stretch and do haikus and piss you off. That's why he was born to do this. Like, don't be mad at him because he's doing what he was put on this earth to do.
Listen,
he did all of the Coach things.
He's living in his truth. And so listen, you gotta respect it. So Coach has been, he was a highlight. I didn't agree a lot of times, but like it made this season a lot more compelling, funny, and just interesting to watch.
Yeah. He didn't come back and be boring. He came back and was 100% Coach.
I mean, he had retired before he left out the island. Said he wasn't coming back. Then he started campaigning. Then he just the whole arc of Coach is hilarious.
You're supposed to have him on TV and have my wife be like, "Oh my God, he's so annoying." That's what he does.
Yeah, listen. He added something, and so we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
so I think it's pretty good. I thought maybe you were gonna say Christian.
Well, I mean, yes. Honorable mention, but it really was the toe ring from episode 3 that has been stuck into my mind. And when Charlie put it on, I was just like, I was weirdly jealous and creeped out.
Yeah. And you don't think it should have been Charlie for deciding to wear the toe ring?
Charlie, another honorable mention, another fallen soldier.
Yeah. Okay. So congratulations to Benjamin Coach Wade, who last played before the Freakiest Freak was even invented. So this was his first chance to be eligible for this.
Yes. I might have to pay $200 and get a plaque and get
a nickname.
Now, here's
what
the
do you
thing,
think your nickname would be?
I don't know. But let me just tell you this, Robert. I mean, again, because I loves the online discourse, and I saw what a lot of people said about that. But listen, because I clicked on the website, okay, I wanted to see what it's all about.
I looked at it.
When I read the description, and when he said a framed, I said, no, wait a minute, this might be worth the $200.
Yeah. Maybe you could, get a personalized. What car are you from Brice Izyah?
Oh, I would be a
that's what people pay, and you tell them what car what coffee creamer they are.
Oh, Robert.
Maybe all of them. Maybe you get a whole list.
It comes in a frame. Robert, we birthed this Addy calendar on this show. Don't play with me.
Look, we have great ideas.
I'll put your face on a creamer and send it to you. Listen. That's a...
What creamer would I be? Let's test this out.
What creamer would you be? You know what? You would be you would be a pistachio cream.
Okay.
And here's why.
Yes, why?
You think pistachio, right? First of all, pistachio, it's a delectable nut. It's a lot of work. But people that love it, love it. You know, some people don't get it. And then it's like also pistachio ice cream. You're like, who eats that?
It's very good. I do like that.
But it's good, right? And so it's like, when people love you, they love you. It's a cult like loving you. Okay. So, and I've never seen a pistachio creamer. Robert, Sam.
What's Sam gonna do?
We're gonna get it together. Okay. You going out this week on a book tour now, but I guarantee you this time next year, Robert and I are gonna be at Kroger's.
Yeah,
Costco.
It could be good. Maybe at the live shows, people could throw pistachios at the stage. Like, it could be a thing.
I'd pick them up and eat them. They're so delicious.
Make it rain. I'll pick them up. I'll eat one. Everybody go nuts.
Go nuts. I like what you did there.
Okay. All right. This is a question from Ray James. From being in these streets, Brice knows more of what the fans want than production does. What's Brice's in the hands of the fans' ideas or fixes for the show? And this is another question that's similar of, what do you like about season 50 that you hope carries over into the rest of the 50s? Like, what do you think, based off of what you're hearing, they should be doing looking ahead?
I liked when they, two things. One, I liked we had larger tribes, right?
Yeah.
At one point in time, they like, and again, seeing how people voted and seeing so many names come up and seeing how some of these plays got pulled off, we couldn't do that on a 6-person tribe. And so I would really like to see in the new, well, I don't even, what is this, the new era or they
haven't said yet.
Oh, so Survivor gives it to us. The fans don't give it to them.
No, that's not in the hands of the fans.
Okay. that season is done. Okay.
I just can't wait. But I'll tell you what, when they say drop the 5, keep the 1, that's gonna really hit for me. I'm gonna be like, yeah.
you better pour you up some pistachio cream now. But I would
I'll be throwing the pistachios.
I would love to see start off a season with 2 tribes.
Yeah,
we haven't seen that at all. And that's something that I would enjoy, because it gives people more room to move. We can see more interesting plays. We can actually and we don't have to wait. So that's something that I liked, having the larger tribes. This was something enjoyable for me. I enjoy. So I
it feels so weird. They spoiled us with Survivor 50 of like, we knew who the cast was. They were leaving. They're leaving on this day. They're coming back. Like, there's a whole Survivor season that's being filmed that we know nothing about, or almost nothing about. That's like probably like in the merge right now. Yeah. That's exciting. Future Rob and Brice. We'll be, really, we'll be locked into that.
I can't wait.
We know nothing now. Yeah. But going back to what you said this about in Survivor Cagayan, where that they had done a bunch of seasons in a row with 26, 27, had been all players, coming back, and they were returning players in season 25. And, people were like, please just give us what we haven't had in a while. And the Survivor fans are not hard to please. Just like mix it up. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Something like give us new players, and now let's see some old players, and now let's have 2 tribes, and then do that and then have 3 tribes. Just keep us on our toes.
I'm with you, Robert. And I would love to see some more returnee seasons. It doesn't have to be all returnee seasons, but don't just, I don't want like the Rob and Sandra, like not them per se, but like how when they brought them back, it was like, mix it up. Fans versus favorite. Give us something fun. And again, I keep rooting for this and take myself out of it. We need a pre-merged season that would eat the girls down.
Yeah.
Because it would be like getting a fresh season. There would be some people that people would be like, who is that?
Yeah.
And
they'll come
I'd be
in
here for
and,
it.
you know, it's like casting's already figured out, like, you know who these people are going to be good. You don't even have to, like, it's better than casting where it's like you've sort of like done a pilot with them. It's like, okay, we know Jelinski is going to bring it. Like, you know, there's not like a unknown quantity there, but the unknown quantity is like, well, what happened? Well, like, what's Jelinski like on day 20?
We gotta see.
Yeah,
hopefully
we gotta
he didn't
see.
quit. But yeah, I'm just saying. I think
Here,
there
give
is
me a couple
niche for
people.
that.
Who's in the besides yourself and taking yourself out of it? Who are the people that you have to see in the pre-merge season?
Well,
Give
again,
me some of the pre-merge all-stars.
I want to see Jelinski.
Yeah.
I am, you know, RHAP is to my heart. So my girl Asia.
Okay. Yes, you got the big characters. You got sort of like, oh, they got like raw deal, swap screwed.
I feel like, cause I'm gonna take it old real quick. I feel like we just got to throw Francesca Hoagie back in there. Just
sure.
Just give her a third time. Who? Jake the Snake.
Okay. I think they love him. Yeah.
This is also part of the reason or part of the issue of the new era with these numbers, because it's like they all start to I'm trying to think who got screwed by Purgatory, because it's like I would definitely want.
Now is that pre-merge? Oh, I guess so, because it wasn't. You didn't make didn't earn the merge.
That's pre-merge.
I don't know if anybody got hosed that bad from the Mergatory.
Let me see.
How about JD from Survivor 41? Sticking to the new era.
Yes. JD was amazing. And also, like, I got to meet JD in Oklahoma City.
Oh, you know what? Sabaya.
Oh, Sabaya. Sabaya was robbed.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me just try to. Who else was is Brando a pre-merger?
He is. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Brando. You put me on the spot, Robert.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I just want, if you have some people off, you know, from the third group chat.
Well, I mean, Justin Poppy. I think Justin Piappa.
Sure.
Billy Garcia.
Billy Garcia could come back. He'd be a captain.
You know my girl Jatia Hart Taylor.
Sure.
Reem.
Yep. We saw her in Atlanta. Yeah.
Allie from Cali.
Sure. So a bunch of people. There's a bunch of folks.
But they like Brice. You from their point.
So
no.
Brice, I am headed to begin a I'm making 3 cities as I leave the house. I don't even know how to pack for this trip. I'm heading out tonight. I'm on Friday night. I'm heading out to Washington, D.C. Do you have any advice for me as I hit the road?
Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
My one travel hack of packing, Robert, is the outfit that you wear leaving, make that the outfit that you wear coming back, so you don't got to worry about packing another outfit.
Okay.
And watch your books in Washington, D.C. Okay, Robert, because I was blessed enough to get an advanced copy of Robert's book, which is so amazing. Came to my house, celebrate, took a little photo shoot, and then I brought it on the road with me because I said, you know what? I want to get a professional photo, not just my iPhone photo. Taking my photos, put my photo down right by our DJ booth, keep it safe. People were asking me, like, is that Robert's book? You have Robert's book? I was like, yes, a signed copy. And as the episode is going on, Rick Devens tosses the coin.
Yeah.
I see out the corner of my eye a person with a book in their hand. And I was like, oh, they got Rob's book too. But then I was like, no, wait a minute. It didn't come out yet. And I see, and Rob wrote me a little letter, so I see a little parchment sticking out. And so I'm like, you got Rob's book. When did you get it? They were like, earlier today.
Yes.
Can you open it?
Not a lie.
The person opened it. Does that say my name? Like, I was wanted to look at it. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now let's take a photo.
Yes.
So
and then you know who the person is. You know this culprit.
Yes.
Okay.
And I let them know the book comes out Tuesday.
Comes out Tuesday. Yes. You don't have to steal Brice's book. It's available wherever books are sold. Rob has a book.com. Yeah, I guess what a rave review of that. People are even trying to steal the Tribe and I've Spoken. Yeah.
They can't wait, Robert. So listen, it's a hot commodity. So yeah,
they're like, Sarah, let's see, should I use my steel right now? No. And Ozzy said, don't do it. Don't use your steel. Don't use the steel of book.
Just flip the coin. But yeah, no, Robert, just you know what to do. And congratulations, you should be so excited.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm very worried I'm going to forget something on this trip, but we'll see. Well,
listen, play it by ear. You can go puff or DoorDash some deodorant. So don't, just.
You know what? I forgot my toothbrush going to Toronto. And that way I had to ask at the desk. But they helped me. They helped me. I got a free toothbrush at the front desk in Toronto. So that was good.
So listen, Rob, you're covered. You just go
covered.
out there.
Okay. Yes. Have you ever forgotten anything important to bring on any of these trips?
Yes. Actually, this week in Washington, D.C., Wendell and I take turns with the travel bag. And so when we left St. Louis, I took our Brice and Wynn travel bag home with me. And we drove up and back to Washington, D.C. this week. And so we're in the car and we're like 40 minutes in. And Wendell's like, put the bag with all our stuff in the car. I said, what bag? So, yeah, I forgot our whole setup bag this week, Robert.
Wow. How big is the bag?
It is a Rawlings, golf bag.
Okay.
It's always annoying because, they're like, what's in it? Just photos of me.
Yeah, it's just our live event stuff.
And they're like, it's got to go in the oversized. And I'm like, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. It's the same size as my bag. And not that it matters, but then you have to drag it all the way over to the oversized bag. And then at the airports, you don't know where the oversized bags come out at.
Yeah.
Stress, Robert. Yeah.
This week, you, Brice Wynn, are headed to Austin.
We are in Austin, Texas this week. We're super excited. It's our second time being there. Trashy Annie is performing. We have some amazing race, some survive. Mitch is coming, and Mitch said, now this is from Mitch, not me. Mitch said he making a move this Wednesday. So listen, we got to be there to see. That's what Mitch said. And from Chicago, we will be in... Austin, Texas to Chicago to New York. And the penultimate episode, Robert, is in Chicago.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I can't believe you've completed this. What a run. What is it, 13 weeks in a row on the road?
Ooh, yes, Robert.
They're going to have to this is the stuff of legends.
Robert, listen, we do it for the community, and so it is so much fun. It is taxing on the baby boy, but it is when you are in the room and you are snatching back your Rob has a podcast book and you are communicating. It's all about the community, so we love it. And I've never seen so many watch parties in the Survivor season in my life before. And I love to see it, right? Like, because it's like, even if you can't get to a Brice and win, I think there's something to be said about being in community with people that love Survivor. There is so much going on in this world today. Gas prices are skyrocketing. We can barely afford groceries. We don't know what's happening. And so just something that can bring us together, and something like, we just live in a time that's so divided, right? But when we're in those spaces, we all speak the same language of Survivor. And there's just something to be said about that. And so I love to see the expansion of people and their watch parties. And I just love the community. And so if you've never gotten a chance to go to any Brice and win, you never got a chance to a RHAP's live show, baby, you need to go. Shaheen in LA, Rome in Arizona, like it's this special community. And I'm just, again, so honored to be a part of it. And I love to see it.
What are you doing after this season winds down? You must have big plans for the summer.
Phone on Do Not Disturb, Robert. Okay, just for a week. I don't know. I've been looking up cruises. I want to I think I really want to take a solo cruise. I go down my TikTok rabbit hole, and I love cruises. And so I've been watching a lot of people document their solo cruises. And so I think I might just treat myself to a solo cruise.
I love that for you. I think, listen, I would like, solo vacation is nice. It's very nice. Yeah, I don't get to do it often enough. It's
Robert, you've got a family, Robert. You got to get the fast pass.
I know, because it's all about them when we go and take a trip. No, it's not about me.
I get it.
Yeah,
but I will live. You can live vicariously through me this summer, Robert.
Yes, please. I'll be following along every step of the way in the solo cruise. Okay, of course. The Purple Pants podcast, of course. Listen to it wherever you get your podcast. Check out the last couple of weeks to catch Brice and Wen on tour, and this was so great to catch up.
Thank you, Robert. It's always good to see you. Will be sad that Survivor News will be ending soon, but Brooke and I were doing our 3rd annual Amazing Race rewatch this summer. So we've just decided.
What season? Do you know?
We do know.
Yes.
We are going. Well,
but
I'll tell you.
I have a tip for you. Also, the TV show Hacks. Do you know what this is?
On Robert, HBO? First of all, Robert. Yes. I've been watching. I love Hacks. And I heard about the Amazing Race crossover. Yes.
Yeah. It just came up last night. I did a podcast. I talked to the director of the episode. That's going to be up also over the weekend. So watch the episode, and then you can listen to the direct. They did a really good job of being a very faithful Amazing Race adaptation or parody of the Amazing Race. I guess it's not a parody if they really get Phil.
Right. No, not at all. I just wonder if it's a Phil elimination on there. But so I'm excited. Ooh, Robert, yes. Yeah. I love it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for checking us out. Can't wait to see what you have to say in the comments. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. Hold on, Brice. I got to find the cursor to end the podcast. And good night, everybody. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.